This book shows a strategy that claims to maximize your chance of winning. Now, it doesn't claim to make a huge win, it's just a chance to walk away a winner more often. Let's check it out. Casino craps. It might look complicated, but at its core, it's a simple game. Roll the dice, bet on the correct number, and win. Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I am a craps fanatic. My job, to teach you the game, to teach you the math and some strategies, and with a little luck, you can color up. If you're interested, the book's called No Nonsense Craps, The Consummate Guide to Winning by Richard Orlin. And it's a real simple book. I agree with pretty much everything he says. He covers some bets, he talks about odds, and he shows a simple little strategy. Talks about money management a little bit, but he's not a guy who believes in trends or dice control or anything like that. Just kind of a no-nonsense book, just like the title says. Now, if you can't be patient at the craps table or you just need a lot of action, now this is not the strategy for you. Just go ahead and stop watching now. But he calls this strategy the Table Time Plus, or the TTP. We're only going to be covering two numbers. Now, he breaks down the box numbers in tiers, the 6 and 8, and it's all based off of probability, right? There's the most way to roll the 6 and 8 with 5 ways. The 5 and 9, he calls it a tier 2, and the 4 and 10 is a tier 3. Now, anytime we have a bet on a tier 1 number, the 6 or 8, we're going to make it double our amount that we bet on the other numbers. And we're going to double the amount by adding single odds. That's if it's a line bet. So let's go ahead and show it at a $10 table. We have a $10 pass line bet. If the point becomes 6 or 8, that is a tier 1 bet. So we're going to double our bet by adding odds. If the point becomes something else, the 4, 5, 9, or 10, it's not tier 1. We're not going to double our bet, so it'll just stay with a flat $10. Now with this, we only have 3 combinations to win. There's 6 ways to lose, right, with the 7. We don't like that, so we're going to then instead place the 6 or 8. And I'm just going to make the rule, if it's a 9 or 10, we're going to place on this side of the table. So we would make a $12 place bet, and that's it, we would be done. If our place bet ever hits and wins, we would pull it down and then start coming through the come bet. That's the same situation if the point's 4, 5, 9, or 10. Now, like I said earlier, if the point becomes 6 or 8, let's say the point becomes 8. That's a tier 1 bet. So what we're going to do is just skip the place bet and immediately make a come bet. And why? Because we already have 5 combos. So worst case scenario, this travels to the 4 or 10, we would still have 8 combos to win versus 6 ways to lose. So there's no need to make a place bet. So once this come bet travels to a number, and pick a number, any number, it doesn't matter. Let's say it goes to the 5, we're just going to leave that flat, but then we would add our odds. Remember, that's going to be double for a tier 1 bet. So our 8 has $10 with $10 in odds, and our 5 is flat. And then if the point is any of these other numbers, we would leave it flat. If the come bet actually did travel to the 6, it's a tier 1 bet, so we would add single odds or $10. Now you say, well, hey, these other numbers, why wouldn't you add odds to them? And that just comes down to budget. We're playing at $10 units. If you were willing to bet higher, then yes, you would make higher bets. So let's say we did $20. We do a $20 pass line bet, because it's always going to be double. Point becomes 8. We're going to make a come bet. The come bet then travels to the 9. Well, now, because we're doing playing at the $20 level, we can go ahead and make that $10 in odds. So we've got a $20 total bet, but then we can make a $20 in odds bet. Again, the tier 1 is double, so we got 40 here and 20 here. So if you're going to be making bigger bets with come bets, you want to do it in the odds where it pays better. But if you're just playing at the minimum $10 level, you don't have the money to then play the odds. I may have made that sound a little more difficult than it really is, but once you kind of watch it play out, you'll see it's actually pretty simple. All right, if we happen to get 2 tier 1 points, the maximum we're going to be in this is $40, so $40 per shooter. 10 shooters, a $400 bankroll. That's what I'm going to play with today. So let's go ahead and get our $10 down on the pass line and see what happens. Here we go, coming out. 5, point's going to be 5. Again, that's not tier 1, so we're not going to be adding odds, but we do want to pick up some more dice combos. So we're going to immediately place the 6 for $12. And you only do this initially, so $3 and change. If this hits and gets paid, we'll have one money for the shooter, so then we could then just use the come bet moving forward. Again, we're not going to do odds on the 5 because it's not a tier 1 bet. All right, here we go. Looking for the 5 or 6. And then this is where the patience comes in, right? Because a lot of people, hey, I only got 2 bets. But hey, more bets means more risk. All right, there's the 5-point winner. So we're going to get paid on the pass. Puck will go off. Anytime you win or lose, you just replace the bet. So we start back down. All right, let's see where the pass line ends up. 12 craps. So that's a loser for the pass line. Again, we're just going to replace it, win or lose. Collect, well, collect if we win, replace if we lose. All right, we're out on the 5 again. Again, it's not a tier 1, so we're not going to add odds. We'll go ahead and leave the 6 right where it's at until it gets hit. All right, here we go. And there's the 7. The 7 rolls, nothing you can do about that. You're going to lose both your bets. All right, puck goes off. Jump the bowl to simulate a new shooter. Let's go ahead and get $10 down on the pass line. Here we go, coming out. 6, easy 6. That's going to be a tier 1. And because of that, we don't need to make a place bet, so we'll just go ahead and come through the come. Now, we're not going to immediately put our odds down. We're going to just make a come bet. These offset. So if the 7 comes, we're not worried about it because we lose here and win here. So we'll just wait one roll before we add the odds. Yo 11, and that's a great case because that's just a winner for us. Winner in the come, and we just collect it. 9, that's come bet's going to travel to the 9. Remember, it's a tier 2, so no odds on that, but the 6, we are going to add odds to it. And all right, we got our 2 numbers, and now we just got to be patient and roll them out. Hey, there's the 9. So the 9 comes down, gets paid, and what we're going to do is just rack it all and then use our odds to make a new come bet. Just because we don't want or need the odds when we're in the come. All right, here we go. Let's see where that one travels. 4, easy 4. It's not a tier 1 bet, so no odds on that one. But we do have the 6, so we'll go ahead and add our odds back there. And here we go, shooting for the 4 or 6. Meanwhile, we got to be patient, but we hit the 6 point right away. So we're going to win 12 for our odds bet, 10 for our flat bet. Puck will go off. Go ahead and rack that up. Reset back to $10. Same shooter. Here we go, coming out. 7 on the come out. So we're going to lose our come bet up here. That's a loser, but then we get paid down here on the pass line. So it just kind of resets everything. But it didn't really hurt us, all right? Same shooter, looking for a point. 8. All right, point's going to be 8, and that's going to be a tier 1 bet, so we will add odds, but not yet. First, we're going to make a come bet. Here we go. 8 the hard way. Point hit. So this will travel to the 8. Our 8 down here didn't have odds, not yet, but that's okay. A win is a win is a win, right? So we're going to win down there. Puck will go off. So we'll go ahead and rack up our win. We've got a tier 1 bet, pass line bet, same shooter coming out. Here we go. Yo 11. That's just immediate winner down there on the pass, and we'll rack it up. There we go. 6, easy 6. Point's going to be 6. Now we got 2 tier numbers, tier 1, so we're going to actually add odds to both of those. This is the most we're ever going to have risk at the $10 level. We've got $40 at risk. All right, let's shoot that 6 or 8. Great combos. There's the 8. So this will come down and get paid. $12 for the odds, 10 for the flat, $22. We can rack all this up. Well, we're going to leave 10 coming. Well, we'll rack it all up, make it easy, and then we'll just pull our odds off here and come through another number. Just, again, because we don't need the odds when we're trying to establish a new number. All right, here we go. Hopefully that's not confusing. All right, there's the 6. We missed out on the odds. That's okay, we're gonna win. So the come will move to the 6. Our 6 gets paid, puck will go off. All right, pass line, same shooter, coming out, hot shooter. 7 on the come out. So we lose our come bet up here, but we're gonna win down here. So we'll just rack it up. Same shooter, coming out. 9, point's gonna be 9. Not a tier 1 number. So what are we gonna do? We can't make a come bet. We wanna pick up more dice combos. So we're gonna make a place bet on the 8. So now we've got an advantage of 9 dice combos versus 6. All right, shooting for that. And again, no odds on numbers unless they're tier 1. Shooting for that 8 or 9. Nope, not gonna happen. Quick 7. Well, not a quick 7 because the player already hit multiple points. All right, downcomer bets, puck will go off, and we'll have a new shooter. All right, $10 on the line. Here we go, coming out. 8 is going to be our point. It's going to be a tier 1. So we will add odds in a moment, but first let's go ahead and come through the come. We're not going to make a place bet because we got some great combos there. All right, let's see where that come bet travels. It's going to go to the 9. That's going to travel to the 9, and now we'll go ahead and take our odds behind the 8 as a tier 1 bet. The 9, no odds, at least at the $10 level. You played higher, you want to make table minimum, and then add additional money in your odds. All right, 8 or 9 shooter. Dice off the table, no roll. Think I can grab that? All right, here we go. There's the 9. Superstition didn't get us that time. So the bet will come down, get paid. Go ahead and just collect all that, take our odds off, and make a new come bet. All right, let's see where it travels. A little bit of a short roll, but 6 the hard way. Travels to the 6. Now both of these are tier 1, so on both of them, we're happy to get our odds down. Great combos to win either one of those. All right, 10 ways to roll the dice working for us. Yo 11, 6 or 8 shooter. There's the 4, easy. We've had some pretty good action. 4 hard. Right now we're in a little bit of a waiting period here. 4 easy. You get tempted to play other numbers. There's the 10 easy. But don't do it. Slow and steady wins the game. That's what he says. That's his theory. 6, there we go. So this is going to come down and get paid 22. We're going to rack it all up, take our odds, and make a new come bet. All right, here we go. Let's see where it goes. 7 out. All right, so we lose our pass line, our come bet gets paid, puck goes off, rack that up. And I think you get the gist of the strategy. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there and total this up. Now, if you are interested in seeing this strategy rolled out a little bit longer, I'm going to record a new one, and that is going to be available on Sports Grid TV, and also I'm going to post it in my club membership Discord. So if you want to see an extended roll, join the club. All right, here we go. Started with 400. There's 1. We didn't even break into the greens. There's 2. There's our 300. Comes down to the red. 25, 50, 75, 100. So there's our buy-in. We've got a profit of 25, 50, 75, $82. So we colored up for $482. Not too bad. Stick around if you want to see how this strategy compared against my standard strategies. Otherwise, until next time, good luck on coloring up. All right, let's quickly graph this out using today's rolls. And now we'll go ahead and throw in my standards, which is essentially the 3-point Molly, 3-point Dolly, And we'll also throw in the hedgehog, which I'm going to consider as part of one of my new standards for ultra conservative. So let's go ahead and run that and see what that looks like with today's rolls. Well, the conservative strategies ended up conservative, right? And the standard, because we had a really good roll, ended up doing very well, and the opposite did kind of poorly. Let's go ahead and now run these same strategies with a random number generated 10 rolls. This time the don't standard had a pretty big lead and hung on. And, our conservative strategies ended up right there in the middle. Table time plus did just ever so slightly better than the hedgehog. Yeah, but they all lost money except for the don't standard. Let's go ahead and run it one more time. This time the standard bounced up a couple times and was doing well at some point, but it actually finished up down a few dollars. And same with the table time plus, ever slightly below starting level with the hedgehog there, and the don't standard didn't fare that well today.